Today, I will explain the weirdest creatures in fiction. Do you know that this creature has eyes on the palm of its hands? Or what about the talking monkey who can throw rocks with great accuracy? Well, we will cover all of those in this video, but let's first start with my childhood nightmare, Ghost Freak. The alien known as Ghost Freak is one of the most terrifying beings in Ben 10. At first, he was just another alien form inside the Omnitrix, used by Ben like any other. But Ghost Freak was different. His real name is Ziz Skyer, and over time, his mind broke free from the Watch and formed his own body. Ghost Freak has the powers of invisibility, phasing through walls, and controlling shadows. But what makes him so disturbing is how he uses them. He doesn't fight with brute force. He possesses people. And when he speaks, his voice is slow, cold, and echoing, like something not meant to be alive. His body is equally creepy. A long, skinless form with exposed bones, a floating eye that moves on its own, and tendrils under his cloak. He hates light and loves fear. Even when Ben tries to stop him, Ghost Freak always feels one step ahead. He's a parasite who tricked his way into the Omnitrix and waited until the right moment to take over. Even though I am an adult now, this dude still creeps me out, bro. The angels from Neon Genesis Evangelion are also pretty weird. They're not demons or aliens in the usual sense. They're something much stranger. Each angel looks completely different. One is a floating diamond, another is just a shadow that spreads across the ground, and some don't even have solid bodies at all. They come to Earth one by one, and their goal is always the same, to destroy humanity. But they don't attack like regular monsters. Every angel fights in a weird and unpredictable way. Some use mind attacks. Some merge with computers. One even traps the main character in a world of complete silence and darkness. What makes them even harder to fight is their AT fields, invisible force barriers that can block almost anything. Only the Evangelion mechs can break through, and even then, the fights are intense and strained. The angels are so creepy because they never act like normal living things. They don't scream or chase. They just appear, silent, alien, and unstoppable. No one fully understands what they are, and that mystery makes them even more terrifying. The Pale Man is one of the most scariest beings in Pan's Labyrinth. He sits completely still at the head of a long table covered in food, with loose, sagging skin and no eyes on his face. At first, he looks almost lifeless, but the moment someone eats from his feast, he comes alive. His eyes are hidden in the palms of his hands, which he lifts to his face to see, creating an image that's both strange and unforgettable. He doesn't speak. He doesn't chase in a wild way. He moves slowly, with long, bony fingers and sharp claws. The Pale Man only reacts when someone breaks his rules, and when he does, he tears them apart without hesitation. His quiet presence, paired with sudden violence, makes him more disturbing than any loud monster. What makes him so frightening is how symbolic he is. He represents blind greed, punishment, and the danger of temptation. He devours children and has a history of violence, shown through the paintings on his walls. I don't know if he is weird or scary, maybe both. The next one is No Face from Spirited Away. At first, he seems quiet and harmless, a tall, shadowy figure with a white mask for a face and no voice of his own. He watches silent, following the main character, Chihiro, through the spirit world. But it's not long before his true nature begins to show. No Face reacts to the emotions and desires around him. In the bathhouse, when he sees the workers driven by greed, he starts offering them gold. As they accept it, he changes. He grows larger, more aggressive, and starts swallowing everything in sight: food, objects, even people. His calm presence becomes chaotic and monstrous. His voice turns deep and strange, and his body twists and bloats as he loses control. He tries to fill that emptiness by copying the people around him, but it only makes him more unstable. What makes No Face so disturbing is how real he feels. He's not just a monster. He's lonely, confused, and desperate to belong. This movie is peak, by the way. Jujutsu Kaisen also has some weird guys, and Hanami is one of them. It's a cursed spirit born from humanity's fear of nature, and its body shows it. Half plant, half human, with vines twisting through its limbs, and a face that looks like it's growing out of bark. But despite the monstrous appearance, Hanami speaks calmly, almost peacefully, as if it believes its actions are justified. Hanami doesn't just attack for fun. It wants to punish humans for harming the Earth, and that makes it even more dangerous. Its body is incredibly tough, with natural armor that can block even strong attacks. One of its most terrifying abilities is its control over roots and plant life, which it uses to strike from underground or wrap around enemies before they can react. It can even summon cursed buds that feed off of life energy, draining the strength from its victims. Even when fighting powerful sorcerers like Gojo's students, Hanami holds its ground and nearly overwhelms them with a mix of brute force and strategy. Poor guy got violated by Gojo, though. The Mind Flayer is one of the most terrifying beings in Stranger Things. It comes from the Upside Down, a dark, alternate dimension, and its goal is simple: to take control of our world. It doesn't speak or fight directly. Instead, It uses a hive mind ability to control others. Once it gets inside someone's mind, it turns them into one of the flayed, forcing them to act like puppets. It can even melt their bodies and combine them into a giant flesh monster. What makes the Mind Flayer so strange is its form. It's a massive, shadowy creature made of black mist with long, spider-like limbs. But its real power is mental. It sees, speaks, and thinks through its victims, making it almost impossible to track or stop. It's not just a monster, it's a virus with a mind. And once it enters our world, it spreads without mercy. The Menos Grande from Bleach are also pretty weird. Towering over buildings with a body covered in a black cloak and a long, white hollow mask, it moves slowly, but carries an overwhelming presence. These creatures are not just big, they're made from the fusion of hundreds of lost souls, which gives them an unnatural, unstable power. They don't speak or show emotion, they just appear, usually through giant black portals in the sky, and begin attacking anything nearby with destructive spiritual energy. One of their most dangerous abilities is the Zero, a massive red beam that can wipe out everything in its path. Even seasoned fighters struggle to survive when a Menos Grande is nearby. What makes them even more disturbing is that they're only the lowest class of Menos. There are even stronger versions that evolve from them. But even in their basic form, a single Menos Grande can cause chaos in both the human world and the spirit realm. The next one is the Silence from Doctor Who. He is one of the weirdest beings in fiction. These tall, pale creatures wear black suits and have stretched, alien-like faces with no eyes and wide, sunken mouths. The moment you look away from one, you forget it ever existed. You could be standing in a room full of them, and the second you blink or turn your head, your mind wipes clean, but the fear still lingers. They use this power to influence world events without being noticed, planting ideas in people's minds and disappearing before anyone remembers what happened. They've secretly shaped history, controlled powerful people, and caused chaos while leaving no trace. Even the Doctor struggles to fight them, because how do you beat something you can't even remember seeing? To survive them, characters in the show had to mark their own skin every time they saw one, covering themselves in tally marks just to keep track. That idea alone made them unforgettable to viewers. The Beast Titan from Attack on Titan is not that weird, but I'm only adding him because I love the series. Also, I know there are more weird creatures in the same show. Unlike most titans, it's covered in fur and shaped like a giant ape, but what truly sets it apart is its intelligence. It can speak clearly, make plans, and control other titans like a general leading an army. Its deadliest weapon is its throwing power. With just rocks or debris, it can wipe out squads from a distance, hitting targets with terrifying accuracy. Soldiers trained for years stand no chance when caught in its range. Behind its monstrous body is Zeke Yeager, a character with his own dark history and motives, which makes the Beast Titan even more dangerous. It's not a wild monster. It's a calm, thinking enemy with a mission. The way it walks, the way it talks, and the way it kills all feel wrong in a world where titans are supposed to be mindless. That's what makes the Beast Titan so disturbing. Also, like this video if you hate Gabi. Stranger Things has a lot of weird creatures, but the Demogorgon is one of the most terrifying ones. It comes from a dark dimension called the Upside Down and hunts in silence, moving through shadows and tearing through walls. It doesn't have eyes, and its head opens like a flower, revealing a mouth full of sharp teeth. This creature senses its prey by sound and smell, making it almost impossible to hide from. It's tall, fast, and brutally strong. Once it locks onto a target, it doesn't stop. It can disappear and reappear through rips between dimensions, dragging people into its world without warning. The Demogorgon doesn't just kill. It feeds, nests, and spreads fear through everything it touches. Its design mixes alien horror with animal instincts, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Okay, guys, that was it for today's episode. If you want more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know what characters should I explain next?